So we talk about so many data. Talk about Twitter, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. So what's the use case? How do you using this social media to analyze? Like I emphasized earlier, a lot of studies focus on the media role, right? How the social media, how the Twitter disseminate information. But I want to give you two examples. Look at the interaction role, the social role. So the first one is one company talk about the bad things about the other company on the social media. So let's look at so this is the motivation of this. So we are not look at how company disseminate information. We look at how they interact with each other. So what do you mean by bad information? So look at this case. So you can see that the globe scale is a company. So what they do is they said our job box and the box leak files in security through some of nightmare. So kind of this global scale is a competing company to the job box and the box. They in their Twitter they say bad things about job box. This is very interesting, right? It's not disseminated information. They're trying to talk about bad things about the competitors. So we are trying to study this kind of interaction. That's what we talked about earlier. We are focusing less on the information dissemination role, the media role. We're talking about how do they interact with each other. So this one example is the global scale talk about downside, the product security of this job box and box. Why do they want to do that? So this, what we want to understand is what's the incentive for global scale to do that? What's the incentive? And also, what's the benefit? So basically, what do we do? Do textual analysis. We get all the Twitter data. We get crowd all this data. We answer two questions. What's the benefit? What's the incentive for global scale? And what's the benefit for them? So what we found is very interesting is, the global scale mentioned the job box has security issue because they don't have the issue. So basically, by saying other people's limitation to signal they don't have the same limitation. So for example, let's say some of you saying you guys are very, if I say some bad things about you guys saying, oh, you don't know much about accounting. If I say some of you don't know much about accounting, in my website I post who the person do not much about accounting. I try to signal I know accounting. So basically that's the intuition what we got here. So the global scale, by saying the product security issue to signal they don't have the product security. And which is true. They have very strong product security. So basically, by saying the competitor's limitation to signal they don't have the similar problem. This is the incentive for them. So this is very interesting social media, right? So you never find this from the 10K or find this in a press release because this is very unique for this social media. And then what's the benefit? The benefit, you can see that the global scale enjoying high market reaction. You can see that by saying the competitors have some problem, don't have the problem, the global scale will enjoy the high market reaction, high firm value. This is like a very interesting, sometimes we say, we don't want to say bad things about other people, but in the capital market, you see this different story. When global scale say bad things about the job box, they are enjoying higher market reaction because they are signaling they don't have the same issue. So this is one thing. And you can see that you can read more about the textbook. So basically, this example just showing that the one company say bad things about the other company because they choose signal they don't have other issues. And there's another interesting stuff is we have find a company say good things about the other company. And this is very interesting. So these are the two separate projects. So one is one company say bad things about the company, and the case is very small. There's no much case. It's only about less than 1,000 case. One company say bad things about the company. Yeah. But good news, people say a lot. We have about 7,000 news. Like one company say other good thing about our company, about 7,000 incidents. That's very interesting. And is the intuition the same or not? So let's look at the example here. So Synchronous, it's a company. They do like a chip, like a manufacturing stuff. And they said, okay, Qualcomm read this lower band of 5G. So basically, one company tell Qualcomm, the 5G technology is already ready. So the one company talk about the good things about the other company on the social media. So this is different from the earlier case, right? Earlier case is one company say bad things about the other company, but this company say good things about the other company, saying, oh, their 5G technology is ready, right? This is a very friendly world compared to the first one. So look at what's going on here. So this is good news for Qualcomm, and this is not about financial news. And Synchronous and Qualcomm, they are kind of in the same supply chain field. They are not completely unrelated. These companies are, are like a potentially customer suppliers. So what's the story here? So what's the incentive for company to say good things about the other company? What's the story here? So what do we find the story here? So this is the question we ask by analyzing all these kind of saying good things about the other company. So what's the pattern? So why do they want to do the positive stuff? And what's the benefit for them to do the positive stuff? And what's the cost for doing the positive stuff? So these are the questions we ask in the paper. So same to the first one, right? What's the incentive for them to do that? And what's the benefit of doing that? And what's the cost of doing that? So what we found interesting here is the one reason they want to do that is because they want to. The one interesting thing is they want to be friends with large companies. So most of the cases, middle-sized company want to say good things about large company, trying to be friend, to signal their collaboration, to signal we are buddies, we are in the same domain, we are in the same colleagues. So they want to signal the be friend, and also they want to build the legitimacy by signal of affiliation with more established Twitter firms. And we also find it actually can signal future collaboration, which means what? If I Twitter about the Lei today, and I can see that in the future, actually, we are working together in the future. So basically, these are the interesting stuff we found. So basically, what's their incentive? There's 3 incentives. One is, Lei is a big lady in the field. I want to show people I know her. By showing I know her, I get the benefits. I get a benefit. So second, be friend. By showing I have a connection with Lei, I kind of get the benefits of being friend. And also, kind of build a legitimacy by showing my affiliation with Lei. And also signals because I'm going to work with Lei in the future. I kind of showing today, Lei is doing great. Lei's prompt engineering lecture is the best I have ever seen. So because of that, I signaling that, and I just signal that because we are going to work in the future. So the kind of we have that why positive disclosure. And so what's the implication of that? I found my market reaction go up a lot, and the Lei's market reaction also go up. You can see that's interesting. By saying some good things about Lei, my market reaction go up, and the Lei's market reaction also go up. So it's a win-win strategy. When I talk about good things about Lei, I have higher market value, and the Lei also have higher market value. And then what's the cost for that? The cost is sometimes when Lei gets into trouble, I get into trouble too. So one day, if you find Lei get in trouble, she got arrested, and people will start to invest in me as well. So that's the cost we found. So when Lei experience negative news, the negative news will spill over to me, will spill over to you. So that's the analysis we're trying to package down together. So the idea here is we want to signal the small size firm want to be friendly with large firms, and we all both have a higher increased firm value, and there's a cost for doing that because once she goes down, I goes down. So the last slides I will finish up. So what's the finding? What do you learn for investors? What do you learn from this? I think several things we learn from is first. I think this one not just focus on the information role, the media role. This one focus on the social role. This is what we're talking about, right? Earlier we talked about information dissemination, but this one we talk about interaction. That's one thing. And then another thing is very interesting thing is you can learn about future collaboration from the social media. You can never get that from the 10K or press release. What does that mean? Let's say if I work with Lei, if I only work with Lei, in the annual report, I only disclose that when everything's set in stone. If it's uncertain, I will not disclose that in the annual report. But the social media, I have a freedom. I'm likely work with Lei. But in social media, I can just, using this to signal Lei and I will work together in the future. So this is the information you can only get from the social media. You can never get from annual report 10K, because 10K in annual report, people only disclose the existing collaboration or disclose the collaboration set in stone. If the collaboration is still in negotiation or it's likely collaboration, you will never find that in the annual report or 10K or 8K. So this is the beauty of the social media. You can find some unique, unofficial information. So in this case, I will work with Lei in the future. It's likely, right? It's a potentially I work with Lei. You can only find that information in the social media. You can never find that in the annual report and 10K. So this is the beauty of this social media. Can inform investors. You can learn some unique information. And also the price stock return will go up as well. And also we are not just talking about one company disclose themselves. We're looking at one company disclose about the other company. So this is the punchline of this. Like, what do you learn from it? And one thing I want to highlight is, like, if you want to learn some unofficial information, if you want to see some like a likely information, you can never get that information from the 10K annual report, because this information you can find in the social media. So the 10K and the annual report, you can only find official information. But for this kind of potential information, like a future collaboration, you can only find from the social media. This is a very unique stuff about the annual report. And